Hey guys, and welcome to our review of The Lion King, directed by Jon Favreau, starring Donald Glover, Beyonce, Seth Rogen, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Billy Eichner, John Oliver, among others. Keegan-Michael Key, and Mufasa himself, James Earl Jones. This is the live-action remake of the classic Disney animated film. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Phil Clark.
The Lion King.
Yeah.
Lion King.
Tyler Switolski.
I am here.
Glad you can make it.
Always news.
And Adam Freeney.
I too am here. Not always news. I'm hyped.
Phil, can you give us a little synopsis? I mean, I think we've all seen
also-
The Lion King.
It's a remake, so
Please.
We've all seen it. Let's be honest. But humor us, will you?
I will humor everyone.
Humor
A
me.
young
Dude,
prince.
shut
I'll wait. A young prince cub Simba grows up learning about the circle of life from his father and king Mufasa. After Simba's uncle Scar plots to usurp Mufasa, Simba is blamed for the death of his father. After being exiled for years, will Simba be able to return to Pride Rock and become the king he was meant to be?
Will he?
2019.
Was that Hamlet? Or
No,
Oh, it's
you're
Lion-
thinking Kimba. You're thinking,
oh, Kimba.
yeah,
Kimba the White Lion.
yeah, the White
Fighter.
Line.
Right.
Slightly
right,
different
right,
than
right,
Hamlet,
right.
but
Kimbo's
it's
life.
very similar to Hamlet. Yeah.
Interesting. Tyler,
Yes.
let's start with you. What did you think about Kimba the White Lion? Sorry, the Lion King.
Okay. Are we? Are we going in? Like, am I supposed to discuss this racially or?
No, it's just a
Definitely
movie that-
not.
No,
Okay.
no.
I wanted to be sure before I just let
Definitely
loose.
not.
Kimba's completely different.
Oh, okay.
Kimba's
Well,
Japanese.
It's not very
Oh,
different.
Okay. I liked this movie.
Oh,
Interesting.
I liked this movie. Did not love this movie.
What do you think of the original? Let me step in.
I thought it was great. I love
Interesting.
the animated film.
Interesting.
when was the last time you guys saw The Lion King?
Probably about 20 years ago.
Probably about 20 years ago.
I saw it. I saw the movie on Saturday. I saw the 1994 one
Yes, that
on
one.
Thursday night.
Oh wow.
For the first time.
No, I've seen it multiple
Holy
times.
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Okay.
So
So,
I last saw it on VHS.
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's been
been a
that
while.
long.
but yet quite familiar. I think I watched it at least 10 to 20 times when I was a child.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's ingrained up there
Yeah,
somewhere.
it's
yeah.
all there.
It was all for the
I
soundtrack.
want that to be clear.
Yeah.
I know it very well.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen it in 20 years.
As far
But
as
this one-
the voice acting goes, there was
Oh.
a couple that I didn't love.
Like who? Name 'em, bud.
Honestly, I didn't like Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah,
Nala.
I thought her voice was
Queen
too mature and too old,
Really? The old-
especially in contrast with Donald Glover's.
Well, she is an old hag. Makes sense, right?
Well,
She's
I didn't
basically
say that.
a witch.
Yeah. Fuck.
I
her.
thought it, but I didn't.
Is it
say
because it's a very familiar voice?
yes,
It's Beyonce.
and we just I just know that her voice is like I know that she's older and I
But
can
she's
just,
Queen Bee. Queen.
yeah, but see, she was a
We
princess
stand.
though. She was a princess at the time, so
I mean,
We
we'll
stand
get
a
to the end of
queen.
the movie.
like so.
Spoiler alert.
Was that the only person you didn't like? Who else did you
I
like?
think so actually. I liked Zazu. I wasn't like
He likes Zazu.
yeah. I was kind of on the fence about him at first, but
Okay.
John Oliver?
yeah, John Oliver. I really like,
Johnny Oliver.
but I did
He was
love.
giving the news.
Yeah.
At one point.
He
gives
was.
the
He was
news.
It's
giving
the
the
news.
report.
Did you understand the joke
Yes.
behind
Yes. It was just. It was almost too jarring. Like just
that? On the nose, would you
On the beak?
on the toucan.
say? Zazu.
But I did like him. After all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I did like. I think that I would have liked to have heard more Elton John songs
Oof.
in this.
Never
Who?
disagree with that.
More Elton John.
Mm.
John Elton.
He just had a movie out.
Yeah, I might have heard of it.
Ah.
Yeah, I was hoping to hear like
They'll
these-
remake the songs basically.
Yeah, and they used like the actors,
Yeah,
like
to
and
sing
made
them.
them sing it. And so that was
Yeah.
that was cool. I would have liked like one like at the end.
We did.
There literally was one.
During the end credits. It's an Elton John song.
So,
Like at the end, like he just said.
I think they.
Next.
Adam, what did you think? Actually, I should mention our screening. I thought was hilarious.
Oh.
Adam and I saw it together
It
among,
was-
with some other friends.
It was so.
Um,
Did you get the?
I did not get.
Oh,
to
sorry guys. I think you guys were
I
working or
invited
something.
you guys.
So the movie starts, no sound. Okay.
Okay.
So what
Interesting
happens? Some
Favreau.
beauty, some
I
gem.
can't hear the movie.
No.
Funnier.
Does the
Yeah. Yeah. Just starts doing that like loud, and I think the whole theater started laughing.
We should have
It was
just played
beautiful.
the original off our phone and turned it up really loud. Maybe it would have sunk out.
Yeah. But
What a
Problem solved.
champ.
it might not have. There was some different jokes and dialogue, but I thought that was a beautiful moment.
That was
The,
beautiful.
the movie eventually started 30 minutes after it was initially scheduled, but had some technical issues. Anyways, let's jump to the actual movie itself. Adam, what are your
Well-
thoughts
That's funny.
about The Lion King?
The Lion King 2019.
Mm.
The
Johnny
live
Favs.
action animation now
Oh.
they're
Mm.
calling it. John Favreau trying to coin the
Hyper
term.
realism.
Yes. Well, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the tagline for the original Christopher Reeve Superman.
I'm not.
Oh, enlighten us.
You will believe a man can fly is that tagline.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
After seeing this movie, the tagline should be "You will believe lions can talk," because my chin was on the floor of the
Hmm.
theater, start
Interesting.
to fucking finish. It is the best visual effects or animation, whatever you want to consider it, that I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
I was beside myself. I was like, that looks real. There's no like.
There's actually quite a few scenes where I thought that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard, like 100% animated,
Mm.
entirely shot on blue screen, zero
Yeah.
physical objects on film.
Yeah.
I like some of the environments. I'm like, okay, so they did like the real
Backdrop.
rocks,
Yeah.
and then blue screen behind. No, it's just all fake.
I know one of the great ways they do that is by taking a lot of reference. So it's not like, you know, like the animators are just like, okay, like I think there should be a rock there and then like trees. Like they're all going off references, right?
They're photoshopping and click dragging.
So they're
There's-
compositing,
there's a happy
they're
tree.
taking, scans and stuff, taking these really high resolution scans and inputting that into it and arranging them in such a manner that it looks great. But
Yes.
technology has come such a long way in that you can,
Avatar-esque,
basically
one might say.
you don't have to shoot on location if you have the budget to do this.
I assume
Which-
the budget was infinite. Like what 250?
Well, I'll let you keep going, Adam.
Okay.
I'd be curious to have a look at the budget here.
Yeah, technological standpoint was blown away, and I was entertained by the film.
Hmm.
I too didn't. It's not. I can't say it's flawless. Definitely not.
Mhm.
There's. I thought there was some pacing issues.
Mm.
A couple watch checks
Yeah.
for me. I didn't think that every single voice hit perfectly.
Yeah.
I thought some of the line delivery was a little bit like read-y. Like
Yeah.
it just sounds like they're like, "Come on, Simba, let's go over here."
Yeah.
It's like very like
I got
cringy,
that.
did I say?
I got that a little bit.
I could see that.
But and then I'm keeping in mind, like I guess the original probably had that too. It's like a kids, it's a kids movie, quote unquote. But that's always feels like a cop out to me. Like immediately, I was talking about this with my girlfriend who I saw with. She's like, "Yeah, but it's for kids." Yeah, but like Pixar, does Pixar lean on that crutch? Like, oh, it's for kids, so we don't really have to try. Like you still have to try.
They're held to a higher standard.
It's all
Indeed.
Disney now, so Disney has this certain
Yes.
Mm.
standard that you expect in their prestige films.
Right. I obviously can't give it points for originality because it's a remake. That's obviously the elephant in the room that everybody is going to point out. But I think critics are mixed. I'm pretty sure, right?
55%
Holy
on
shit.
Rotten Tomatoes. So
55 Metacritic as well.
so it's like
It's weird.
it's like very.
Mixed.
Some people hate it, some people like it. Obviously.
I think it's a little unfair that people, from what I've read, are kind of shredding it. Like I think they're being pretty harsh, because like just because I think you have to be objective. Just because you don't want a remake of The Lion King, you can't then watch this movie and say this movie sucks because I don't want a remake of The Lion King. Like that, to me, that's unfair. Now,
It's still a
obviously,
good movie.
right? If you can articulate, specific problems you have with it, okay,
Mhm.
you're allowed to not like it. But to me, I feel like there's a lot of like, yeah, unfair
Blanket dismissals.
blanket thing.
Yeah.
Great term, blanket dismissals. I'm getting that tattooed on me. It's my biography
That's perfect.
title.
That's perfect.
But yeah, I enjoyed it start to finish, and I purposely didn't rewatch the original because I wanted to still be kind of surprised because like it wasn't.
You wanted to compare the whole time.
Yeah, it wasn't 100% fresh in my memory. I didn't want to like, oh, I know this story beat, I know that story
Mhm.
beat. Yeah, I thought Mufasa killed it. James Earl Jones.
Oh, that's a poor choice of words.
Well, Scar killed it. Spoiler alert. Yeah, I thought everyone was perfectly cast. I will say that, but just some of the line deliveries were not 100%. If that makes sense.
The entire time I was watching Timon and Pumbaa, and I'm gonna blame you for this. I'm just watching this going.
Where's this?
Every time Timon spoke, it was just not John Mulaney, not John Mulaney, not John Mulaney. Fuck, it's not John Mulaney.
So the listeners know I thought that Timon was John Mulaney like months ago. I was
Yeah.
like, that's fucking perfect.
And he told me that,
I told you,
and I got super excited.
not John Mulaney.
Not John Mulaney.
Billy Eichner, although I thought he was great.
He was
great.
great.
He was good.
Timon was great.
It kind of felt like he was doing like a Nathan Lane impression though for a bit of it. Like there would be parts
is
of
he
it
the
where
original Timon?
yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah.
I think he was,
It's Timon.
but whatever.
That's why I would have liked
It's the
to
nature
know
of the whole remake
someone
game.
like John
Yeah.
Mulaney, so you get like that. He's got qualities like Timon, but it's not him. He brings his own sort of thing.
Like
to it.
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, exactly.
Seth Rogen.
Seth
was great.
Rogen, give him the Oscar because he was born to be Pumbaa.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is Robert Downey Jr. Iron
Pitch
Man,
perfect.
Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, Seth Rogen Pumbaa.
Johnny Depp, Captain Jack.
You
No,
said
you
that.
got to give me that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
but okay, that's an original character.
That's
though,
a
I'm
win.
saying.
It's a
Anyway,
win.
Fuck you.
Pumbaa is life. I fucking love Pumbaa.
Hashtag Pumbaa. is like-
R.I.P. Dom DeLuise.
Mm.
Seth Rogen was perfect.
Mm.
Yeah, I enjoyed
So overall,
it.
you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Not flawless, but I enjoyed it.
I'll jump in.
God damn it.
I think I agree. I think maybe I didn't like it as much as you,
Oh,
but you know, I think with the whole visual thing, it's so photorealistic that I almost don't notice it, which is perfect.
I honestly
So,
forgot how.
that's a
to
compliment.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
It is,
I
and
agree.
don't get me wrong, it looked amazing. We saw it in 3D IMAX, which looked great.
Mm.
Was IMAX was it good? Or the 3D was it good?
Yeah,
Was it worth it?
it wasn't Avatar.
Okay.
Yeah.
We saw IMAX and we were debating whether or not seeing 3D or not.
The thing is,
I
it
thought it was
just
fun.
adds a lot of depth, but they don't do the kind of like
Yeah.
like thing at you anymore.
Yeah, just for the sake of 3D.
Although there is a shot where like Pumbaa like eats
Oh, yeah.
the screen, which
Pretty-
is I guess that's
pretty
humorous.
cool.
But yeah, I can't really say it looked amazing. Like I didn't, my jaw didn't drop the whole movie.
What?
In the same way that a movie with like amazing like cinematography would. You know what I mean? Like
Because it's not manufactured.
I don't think the cinematography, like the way the shots were composed, there was some like great sunsets. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
but like
I agree with that.
I'm just thinking of Blade Runner 2049. Okay,
We have to move on, Scott.
Like
It's been
that.
years.
that is like mind blowing like visuals to me. Whereas this is like, yeah, it's some great natural like scenery that we get, but it doesn't have that like, ooh, I feel that tingle when that shot is on screen. You know what I
But
mean?
didn't you think the lions looked real though?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I mean the visual effects, not like cinematography aside, like two separate things. Like,
Yeah, but again, it's
you know,
like
that's a
because
real
it's
lion.
so good,
Right.
it looks so normal. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like I wasn't like blown away by it. I am
Ex
very
Machina
impressed. I am
style.
very impressed.
Thank you.
Let me just say
I
that.
did the visual effects on this movie, so
They look
that's why
great.
I mean, Jon Favreau has been able to
I
sort of
know.
hone his skill with these animals after obviously doing Jungle Book. So
Mm.
this is almost that kind of Disney Earth or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It is very much that. I had this concern going in, which someone had mentioned in a review. Maybe it was like Stuckman or something, where it could have been him. But like how, you know, when Simba, you know, when something bad happens to him, his face is like this.
Yeah.
And then when he's like happy with like Timon and Pumbaa, his face is like this as well.
Yeah.
It's like you don't, because they're not animated like the original version was.
Yeah.
Where they have like can have more human facial expressions. It's hard to get sort of, you know, give that emotion,
Yeah.
like to sort of see that emotion, which is a little disappointing to me.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm watching this movie, I kind of get that whole vibe of like,
Not John Mulaney.
no, like I've seen this. Like, what different are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just spent $18 here. What am I really? Why are we doing this? You know, this whole time
To
I
experience this story for the first time.
I just
right?
feel like it's just
Oh, wait.
Disney's like, give me your money.
Yeah.
Give me your money. I know you want to give me your money.
They made a trade, $300 million for $1 billion.
Yeah. That being said, there were some great jokes. I love some of the songs that they added that weren't in it. By that, I don't mean the Beyonce song, which was irrelevant. I mean the like In the Jungle song,
Oh,
Great scene.
which I was like, wait, that's not in the like.
No.
Yeah, it's not right.
No,
it's
I
not.
thought so.
But it feels like so right.
How could it not
Yeah.
be?
It feels so right to
Yeah.
hear that song in The Lion King. Like I was like, wait, what, this wasn't in the original. Like,
Very
they need to retcon the original and put it in there. And then also, there's a scene where, well, I don't know if I should say it until spoilers, but
You
basically
have
there's
to ask
another
yourself
song.
that, then yeah.
Anyways, there's a song that Timon and Pumbaa sing that I thought was hilarious. That they actually sang it. Yeah. I lolled as well. Yeah, I thought all the voice acting was great. Yeah, Beyonce was a little flat for me. I'm not gonna lie.
She was flat.
I mean, she's not. Maybe it's because everyone else is like they're actors, and, whereas she's not really.
Oh, she's an actress.
Dreamgirls, bro.
I wouldn't go that far.
Not in
Pink
the same way.
Panther
I don't
1?
think not in the same way as everyone else.
No, she's not.
Foxy Cleopatra?
Yeah, but that was like 15 years. ago.
Homecoming?
That was literally 15 years ago.
Literally the movie she made called Homecoming.
Anyways, yeah, her voice felt a little out of place, to be honest. Beyond that, I was mildly amused by this film, but again, I keep going back to the feeling of like, was this necessary? And I mean, Disney got my money, so I guess.
That's why we make movies.
Money.
Hashtag
Money.
Disney got my money.
Honestly, it makes me more excited when I see a trailer for like Mulan, where it's like not verbatim the
Yeah.
film,
Mm.
where I'm like, this is like a little different.
Yeah.
You
Creative
know?
freedom.
Whereas Lion King is like, okay, we're literally retreading the
Shot
exact
for
same
shot.
ground, like exactly the same, exact same shots, exact same everything.
Yeah.
You know, even if you get the same, you get James Earl Jones back, it's like, okay, we're just doing it again, guys. We're just going through the motions.
So
here.
it's literally the live action version.
Like literally.
Yeah.
Whereas a movie like Mulan, I'm like, okay, like this, there's no like talking dragon. There's no like, it's not.
Are they not doing the Talking Dragon?
No dragon in
No
Mulan.
Mushu.
No Mushu.
Yeah.
And there's
Sorry,
What's Kevin Hart gonna do?
he's gonna sit at home and not do the Oscars.
Again.
Anyways, I mean, it makes you wonder. You know, about the whole practice. I kind of question it. You know, it's a little depressing that that's clearly all that people are want. They've done the studies. You know, they've done the surveys of what people want, and the plebs want familiarity. So they're just leaning hard into it. I don't know. It just feels like dirty to me.
Made 185 million
So
opening
far.
weekend so far. So
Phil, what are your thoughts about The Lion King?
dystopian futures now.
I agree with a lot of what you guys are saying. For me, this movie split into two. The first half I kind of enjoyed, and the second half I really didn't enjoy that much.
Do tell.
Do you feel the second half felt rushed?
Maybe a bit,
Okay.
but I thought young Simba and young Nala. Nala?
I thought they were pretty good.
I thought they were very good.
Their
like,
voice actors were
Mhm.
good.
It seemed like they
Indeed.
suited the young cub,
Yeah.
excited,
Very
happy,
cute, also.
very cute,
Adorable.
adorable.
Fucking
Adorbs.
Adorable.
One might say.
So adorbs.
For some reason, this movie is very like shot for shot of the original, and I don't know, it didn't feel. It felt like Jon Favreau had it like beside him when he was doing it, and he was like, "No, like that tree's got to be like a little more to the left." Okay, yeah, you got it now, and then we can move on to that. It just felt very like
Cut and
carbon
paste.
copy. I
Like
liked
Watchmen-y?
Yeah, I liked how he did change some of the dialogue. Like I thought Timon and Pumbaa were the highlight of the. They were the highlight
by
of the
far.
movie
Yeah,
for me.
by far.
Like by far the funniest, the most engaging characters, the best voice acting. I thought. I told this to my girlfriend after the movie. It kind of felt like Beyonce. You know when you're watching the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl starts and someone sings the national anthem, and it's the American national anthem, and they just go on like a riff and they're just like doing their thing for 5 minutes, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, it's a national anthem. Like, we're here to watch a football game. Like, please stop.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I felt about Beyonce. Like, she was like over singing everything. Like, Childish Gambino kind of came in like very like moderate, even.
I thought he was kind of giving us a little like Gambino
He
edge
was-
to it, like
yeah.
a little bit. I was like, oh.
When he was riffing Hakuna Matata, I thought that was funny. Like, that was
Baby
pretty
Yeah.
nice.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's riffing.
Now he's riffing.
Like, that was, but like when they did the Can You Feel the Love Tonight,
Oof.
like the heartbeat was like 72 beats per minute. And I was feeling absolutely nothing inside.
Yeah, no,
I
that is correct.
I didn't feel
I didn't feel the love tonight.
I
No.
didn't feel
It
the
was like
love.
off key or something.
It
a
was
weird
not-
rendition. It was like, it's
what you do.
And that's
You
kind of
don't
how I
give
felt
up,
about a lot
John.
of this movie. It's like the big moments. I'm like, yeah, we're doing it. We're going through it. We're seeing it. But am I engaged? I'm like, no. Like,
Yeah.
I'm honestly not engaged. I don't feel.
There's no stakes because
invested.
you know what happens.
Yeah.
I will say
We've seen it.
one positive from this movie is everyone said that Scar looked like shit going into it. Like after the trailer, people were like,
Very rude.
Scar looks bad. Like Scar doesn't look like Scar. And like the more the movie went on, the more I liked how he looked. Like, he
I
was
like Scar.
gone.
I didn't have a
And,
problem with Scar.
Yeah.
He looks
I
scary.
heard like people online were not happy with how he looked, but I was
Idiots.
at the beginning I was kind of
Baboons.
iffy, but towards the end it was very
Baboons.
much.
I think maybe the first time I saw the trailer and I saw Scar, I could maybe get the idea like, oh, he's kind of hard to differentiate from the other lines.
Yeah, I thought that.
But then
trailer.
in the film itself, like,
He's very different.
it's
Yeah.
he's very prominent that the way his sort of the way he vibes.
He like slunks.
He's
as
very
he walks.
mangy.
Slinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say my favorite parts of the movie are the humor parts that they kind of put into the sides. And while The Lion King has some funny bits, it's not like a funny movie.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like, oh, that was great. When I was like, yeah, I didn't really enjoy the main parts. Kind of like the funny parts. and
Moments.
Everything else is just kind of flat or missed for me. So it wasn't.
Kind of going through the
greatest.
motions.
I had a
Yeah.
thought about
Let's-
Scar. Sorry, hold on 1 second there. I was
Spit it out.
Park it.
just
Spit
hang
it
on a
out
minute.
now. Yeah.
I for some reason when Scar was doing one of his speeches, and I just thought to
Monologues.
myself, was that
Monologues.
monologues? Thank you.
Villain monologues like that.
Villainous.
Spoiler
Monologues.
alert.
One might say.
I just thought that I don't know. I got like an Alan Rickman vibe. I feel like it would have been kind of cool to see him do that. He's
Tough.
There's a bit of a
he's a little busy.
there's a bit of an issue with that.
Arguably not busy.
But yeah, I just kind of got that. I was like, and then the crushing depression hit, and I was like, oh yeah.
He would have been great.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
feel
good
like
call.
Yeah, I feel
Well, I
like
thought
he
maybe
would've
they
been-
would go Jeremy Irons back if they were going
See, that's what I was hoping.
I thought that was weird. Like you're gonna bring.
James Earl Jones. But yeah, I'm
It's
like,
like almost insulting
just
to
gonna
like
read
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
weird.
Like he was good enough. The rest of you weren't.
But then at what point is it like, yeah, we're just gonna bring back the same voice cast? We're actually just gonna import the audio file.
Yeah, actually, we already have the lines.
We're just gonna re-release The Lion King with the same hand drawn. We're just gonna put it out again. Like, at what point is it a new movie, right?
I mean, they're already releasing the same scenes. They're just redubbing it, basically.
And they
Oh,
do look
God.
pretty like identical. Like if you think about
Yes.
the first, like the animated one, and this one, it's like wow, these.
Was
do
there
look
a fire in the
identical.
first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Yeah,
I
there
was
was?
Yeah,
wondering that as well.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
remember that.
The hyenas were savage. I would
Hmm.
say, like, they were scary.
Keegan Michael Key and Eric Andre were very good. And
Yeah.
then Shenzi was like, I don't know who voiced her, but
Was it Lupita Nyong'o?
I thought that too.
Nope.
Fuck.
No, it was not.
Do we know who it was?
We can find out.
Some.
Hey, you guys keep saying things all the time.
I gotta.
Well, let's give our
ask.
ratings. Let's give our ratings. We'll talk about it some more in spoilers. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna go. It's a light 3.
I'll have to go 2.
Ooh.
It's a 2 for me.
It's borderline heavy 2.
I'll go heavy 3.
Oh wow, you loved it.
No.
What's your favorite film?
Fuck's sakes, guys.
6 out of 5.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I'll have to agree with young Switalski here. Heavy 3.
Wow, that's fucked. Well, fair warning, if you haven't seen The Lion King, I don't know what rock you live under, but we're going to talk some spoilers.
Kuna Matata, man.
Yeah, I guess one of the big things I wanted to mention was the scene where Timon and Pumbaa are basically I thought it was great actually leading up to it, where they needed someone as bait, and they're literally describing Pumbaa, and Pumbaa's like, all right, where are we going to get this person to like be the bait, and
Yeah.
everyone's just staring at him. I thought it was a great moment.
Hilarious.
Like just the comedic timing of it was really good. And then after that, when Timon and Pumbaa are both running up to the hyenas, and Timon starts singing like in this French accent
Yeah.
about the like meal that he's unveiling,
Right.
Be our
and, then
guest.
and then they break into "Be Our Guest" or
Yeah.
whatever from Beauty and the Beast, which I thought was really funny, kind of meta
Yeah.
moment. I
There's a
was
lot of
shocked
meta
that they
stuff.
would do something like that. kind of
Yeah.
meta with like the news thing with John Oliver.
Mhm.
Right.
I was like,
And when they
whoa,
sing,
is that the intentional joke there? Or like,
when they introduce Hakuna Matata to Simba, they're like, Hakuna
Every,
Matata?
everyone's heard of it.
Come on. Like, we normally get a pretty big reaction, people
Yeah.
clap and stuff. Why are you not, you don't know it?
yeah, that was very meta.
It's like they're literally talking to the audience. Like, I didn't expect that.
It's
like,
very fan servicey, right?
Yeah, I was like, what the
It's very
fuck
Disney.
is happening right now?
The Disney experience.
I have a complaint / question. Seeing as how it's been, roughly 20 years.
25 actually.
Thank you. I meant for me. Was Rafiki, did he have a bigger role
Yes.
in the original? Say,
Phil?
Not really.
He was more prominent in
What?
these scenes, though. I think, like when he was on screen,
He's like
it was a bigger deal.
He's so big in my memory, but in this movie, he's like
Did
invisible.
he talk more? in the
He
original?
he talks more in the original. Like he
He
has
didn't
more
talk.
like actual dialogue, not just him like baboon uttering into the tree.
I felt
thing.
nothing when he was like, Simba lives. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god. I'm like,
He
how
felt
do
like
you even
such
know
a recluse
Simba?
that like
Yeah.
like I thought he had a bigger like part in their like structure, their like organizational structure in the original.
Yeah,
Whereas like
So
in
did
this,
I.
he's like such a recluse who like lives away in a tree. The way they frame it.
I wanted like Yoda, like Rafiki on Simba's back, training him in the swamp.
Yeah, that's what happened,
segment.
right?
That's what in my mind. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
I did like when he reaches down into like the crack of the tree and pulls out his staff or his giant stick there.
Gandalf.
That was
style.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
I did like the way that they sort of came up with how he like drew the like lion head
Mhm.
on the tree, which was like all the bugs.
Yeah,
I
Right,
thought that
yeah.
was interesting.
But-
Although for some reason I feel like there was there two in the original?
No.
Was it like Simba and Nala?
No,
Or
it
was
was
it
just
two? It was just the one.
it was
right?
just Simba.
Interesting. My mind inserted that
See,
for some reason. It's been so many years.
I loved the visuals of when Simba's talking to like the cloud of thunder, like the thunder and
Oh.
lightning.
yeah.
It looked
like-
good. It wasn't
and it
like
was, like-
super overt.
No.
It was more like realistic.
I was wondering how
to
they
me.
were gonna do that. Like do like the stars maybe.
Yeah, I
or-
wasn't
thought
sure
the
how they were
star-
gonna do
Yeah.
it.
So I liked how
I
they
thought
did
that
it.
it was done well.
I
the
think
lightning behind the
one of the
clouds.
highlights for me
Yeah.
was the Pumbaa origin story. When he was like the little pig, like I thought he was,
Was that
super
not in the
adorable.
original either?
Oh yeah, it was.
Or was
No, they didn't have a video of it.
They didn't have a
though.
video of it. They
Yeah.
just
Oh,
had
okay,
the story,
okay.
but it was just like so. It's like this is cool. Like that's
was
the kind
funny.
of stuff I was like, that's really cool that he
Yeah,
does
they added
this. Yeah,
new stuff.
and
Yeah.
like dubbed it over,
If only
so there's
we
no
did that
like
more.
sound and like visually shows you the story of like this little adorable pig like sitting down farting, and then all these like zebras just like running away immediately. Like, it was funny.
I thought that was pretty good.
Could not agree more.
very endearing.
I don't have much else to say. I don't
It's
know
Lion
how much
King.
there is to say beyond this. This is the Lion King. I think that'll do it
Yeah, I think so.
for
it's
our
the Lion
review
King.
of the Lion King remake. I
Yeah.
guess we'll see what Jon Favreau's up to next. Is The Mandalorian
Season
Yeah.
2, he started writing it.
crazy?
Yeah. So,
Are they
that.
doing what's the sequel to Lion King? It's like Simba's Pride or something.
Lion King 1.5.
I'm feeling like they're gonna start doing the sequels.
I don't think. I don't know.
I feel like they could do because two
Once
was
this
like.
makes $1 billion,
Yeah.
they're not gonna be like, nah, we don't like money. We're okay.
You just see them like redoing the Disney old catalog and like revamping.
I think
that.
they'll do every one of those
Disney
older
classics.
films before they do a sequel.
I agree.
I mean, what do you guys think's next? I mean, is it Pocahontas? Is it Snow White? Like a proper Snow White version?
I
Yes.
don't think they'll
Or-
do Snow White because they got the Maleficent.
The
That was Sleeping
Princess
Beauty.
and the Frog, Brave. They could do that.
Oh, they could do Brave. I'd watch
Because
that.
that's like a Disney before Pixar
Yeah,
merge thing.
I could see Pocahontas next.
live action
Yeah.
Toy Story.
Yeah, Pocahontas.
I could totally see Pocahontas.
Just saying.
Live action Toy
Did
Story.
they ever go into the live action Pixar
Wow.
catalog? And just get really
That would get
Yeah.
messed up.
Up, like right off the bat, like just Finding Nemo.
Wouldn't that be messed to do those movies? Live
Mind
Finding Nemo.
blowing.
li-
Finding Nemo live action.
That would be so pointless to
Yeah.
me.
I'm out.
That's so
Be like
pointless.
Lion King.
Because it's already
Yeah.
like CG. It's just like you're just all you have to do is reskin them. So
Yeah,
they're
just
realistic,
re-render
and that's
it.
They already have all the
Fish.
files, like all the movement in the files and everything.
SpongeBob,
You know what I mean?
basically.
Yeah. Fuck, that's
I'm
terrifying.
in.
Well, like I said, that'll do it for our review of The Lion King. Phil, where can people find
You
you?
can find me on Letterboxd at Wicked Swami.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Tie.
You can't.
Oh no, it's just not updated. I'm still there, though.
For 2 years.
His account exists.
Yeah.
but-
It's very empty. You can find me on Twitter at Franks25 and on Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself Scott on Letterboxd at Upreal Scott as well. If you like this video, leave a like on it, leave a comment below in the comment section, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And as always, keep it real.